Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Negi Martins. On today's video, I'll be talking about something very interesting. I'll be talking about the democratic movement in Gwangju, which is also known as the Gwangju Uprising. I'm sure a lot of us have, heard about this event and probably have watched K-dramas relating to this event. But before I start, I'm going to talk about a national holiday celebrated in my country, Nigeria. So June 12th is the Democracy Day in my country. And why do we celebrate the Democracy Day in my country? We celebrate it to remember the end of military rule in the country, and also to remember the fact that we could now vote for the person we want. So that's basically why we celebrate the Democracy Day in my country. But before, earlier, we used to celebrate it on May 29th, but it was changed in 2018 by the former president of Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari. And this change was in honor of, or to celebrate the late NKO Abiola. The main reason for that is because he contested for the election then, and he actually won because apparently the masses voted for him and he won, but because of some politics and all that, he wasn't given the post. So yeah, and he eventually died. And yeah, so it's like in honor of him, MK Abiola. If you want to know more about this story, you can always search for it online. So guys, back to the Gwangju Uprising. Now, what happened was students from different universities in South Korea, but we're going to be talking mainly on the Chonnam National University. So students from the Chonnam National University came out on the streets to express their opinion about the martial law that was established in their universities, like their opinions about it, and soldiers were sent out, and these students were killed, some were beaten, and it caused a very big issue in Gwangju, as the citizens of Gwangju were very unhappy about this event. So they also came out in their numbers and started a movement against the government. And the president then was Chun Doo-hwan. He was the former president of Korea from 1980 to 1988. But before he became the president, he reigned as a military dictator from 1979 to 1980. So what actually happened and why we celebrate, or why South Koreans celebrate this day as a national day, is because a lot of people actually died. A lot of students actually died. Up to 600 or more than 600 people died, and more than 800 people were injured. And it was actually a very sad event. So soldiers were dispatched to curb the protest, but they did it in a very oppressive manner, and they ended up killing people. They ended up shooting at them, and so that's how a lot of people died. Some even went missing. There are basically like a lot of K-dramas and movies that have depicted this event. So you have dramas like A Taxi Driver, you have dramas like 1987, When the Days Come. Those are movies. You have K-dramas like Youth of May, you have K-dramas like Fifth Republic, then you have more movies like May 18th, Sunny, and also a K-drama that is currently airing, which is My Perfect Stranger. My Perfect Stranger is... It doesn't necessarily talk about the event, but it refers to it because it's like in the same time frame. So The Taxi Driver, I don't know if a lot of us have actually watched that movie, but it's a movie I'd recommend, like 100% recommend that you guys should see. So it's about a taxi driver in that time who, basically an airport taxi driver. So the story is based on the events that happened and all that. Then 1987 talks more about what happened to the students in that era, in that time. So how the students were beaten, how they just beat random students on the road, and how they like tortured these students. That was what 1987 basically was about. Then 26 days is more of like the aftermath of the whole event. So what happened after the events, the incidents or the events all had happened. Then Youth of Me, I'm sure, like I won't say everyone has seen Youth of Me, but I'm sure like half of the population of K-drama fans have watched Youth of Me, and you know that it had a sad ending. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but if you watch it, then I think it would explain more about the situation that happened. It talks, the plot is more about the love story, but it also explains the situation that had happened at that time. That's basically like movies and dramas that are relating to the event or that depicts the event. Then how is this event celebrated in South Korea now? In 1997, May 18th, it was established as a national day, and a national cemetery was established for the victims. Every May 18th, it's more of like a remembrance day to the for the people that had died, and a memorial service is held to remember these people. And starting in 2000, May 18th, there's this event that happens like annually. So a Gwangju Prize for Human Rights is given to victims of the incident, and so on. So that's how it's celebrated. And why, guys? Why did I talk about the Nigerian national holiday before I talked about the Gwangju Uprising, the Gwangju Democratic Movement? Well, it's because the Democracy Day in Nigeria is also basically talking about, citizens, masses trying to, fight their way out of a dictatorship regime, a military regime, and the Gwangju Democratic Movement, which is also basically the Gwangju citizens trying to, fight for their freedom to come out of the regime, the Chun Doo-hwan's regime, his dictatorship regime. And so I feel like there's a correlation, and that's why I talked about the our national democracy day, National Democracy Day here in Nigeria. So guys, that is it for today's video. I hope we've learned something new. I hope you guys go away with something new. And it was very, very interesting researching this whole topic, and it was so cool to share it with you guys. See you in the next video. Bye guys. Bye-bye.